Los Angeles, the place I left, it's going great over there. Things are going just fantastically well. If you've been wondering where your missing package went from FedEx or Amazon or UPS, the answer is it's probably on the train tracks over in LA. There is tape that has now emerged of these train tracks in LA, the Union Pacific Rail Yard over in LA. And it's just boxes as far as the eye can see, just empty boxes, piles on piles of empty boxes, just trash everywhere. That is not because people just like littering. It's because people are jumping aboard the Union Pacific freight trains. They are opening the enormous metal boxes and they are just taking stuff out and stealing it. That's all that is happening. You can see in this video just the trash everywhere. Here's an Amazon package, for example, and the reporter picks it up, checks the address.
Unopened.
Okay, it turns out that many of these packages have just been reported as not delivered because, of course, they weren't delivered. People stealing rapid tests. People stealing whatever they can. Because why the hell not? Because law and order does not exist in the city of Los Angeles anymore.
We even have fishing lures.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad that they got some fishing lures. That's really important. By the way, we have all sorts of this sort of footage. This footage is all over the place. There's a top-down shot of the entire rail yard, and it's just covered in boxes. It's just covered in boxes. According to CNN, photos and videos showing piles of empty boxes littered alongside rail tracks in LA County, California, have gone viral, as shipping companies say they've had a dramatic spike in railroad theft. Some of the boxes are packages from companies like UPS, Amazon, and FedEx. Union Pacific, one of the country's largest railroad companies, say it may avoid operating in LA County at all following the spike in thefts, which it blames on lax prosecution of crimes. The containers and trains are locked but can be broken into. Union Pacific said last month in a letter to the LA District Attorney it saw a 160% year-over-year increase in theft in LA County. The company claims a December 2020 special directive issued by DA George Gascon changed how low-level offenses are prosecuted, and that has contributed to the uptick. Union Pacific said in its letter, in the last 3 months of the year, it made over 100 arrests of active criminals vandalizing our trains in partnership with LAPD. But Union Pacific, which has its own police department with jurisdiction over the 32,000 miles of tracks it owns, said that even as it has expanded security resources and partnered more closely with local law enforcement, the problem isn't going away. After being arrested, individuals are released from custody within 24 hours. Yay! So they arrest all these people, and then they put them in jail. And within 24 hours, they are gone. They're out, back to robbing trains. This is great. And this isn't like the Jesse James gang here. These are not geniuses. These are people who are literally just jumping on slow-moving trains and popping open the lock with a bolt cutter and then just stealing stuff. I love what CNN says. This is pretty great. They tried to associate this not with criminal policy, but with poverty. Quote, crime is associated with increases in poverty, which has increased during the pandemic. Okay, first of all, what is the evidence that poverty has increased during the pandemic in general levels? Actually, the amount of money in people's pockets is more than it was at the beginning of the pandemic because of the amount of government spending. The county's directive was intended to combat social ills that come from misdemeanor convictions, such as difficulties with employment, housing, education, government benefits, and immigration. So CNN's coverage is amazing. That's in the news coverage. You want to just, print a press release from the LADA's office that made this happen? Gascon said, studies show that prosecution of the offenses driving the bulk of misdemeanor cases have minimal or even negative long-term impacts on public safety. Our office is committed to working with law enforcement to ensure collective safety across LA County's sprawling infrastructure, whether it's at our ports or on our railroad tracks. Sure. The Association of American Railroads expressed concern about the crime increase. They said in coordination with local law and where necessary federal law enforcement partners, the industry is committed to pursuing all avenues necessary to address this criminal behavior. Alrighty, we'll get to more of this in just 1 second. First, if you were a train robber and you were seeking to grab yourself a great mattress, the first thing you would look for is a Helix Sleep package, because let's be real about this, Helix Sleep is fantastic. Helix Sleep has a quiz. It takes just 2 minutes to complete, matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. Why would you buy a mattress made for someone else? With Helix, you're getting a mattress you know will be perfect for the way you sleep. Everybody is unique. Helix knows that. They have several different mattress models to choose from. They have soft, medium, and firm mattresses. Mattresses great for cooling you down if you sleep hot, Mattresses great for spinal alignment to prevent morning aches and pains, even a Helix Plus mattress for plus-size sleepers. Helix even has mattresses with specialized cooling technology if you and your family can never agree on the temperature of the thermostat. So, if you're looking for a mattress, you take the quiz, you order the mattress you're matched to, the mattress comes right to your door, shipped for free. You don't ever need to go to a mattress store again. Helix is awesome, but you don't need to take my word for it. Helix was awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2020 by GQ and Wired magazine, and they've been recommended by multiple leading chiropractors and doctors of sleep medicine as the go-to solution for improving sleep. Got a 10-year warranty. You get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but you will. Helix even has financing options, flexible payment plans, so a great night's sleep is never far away. My wife and I prize our sleep on our Helix sleep mattress. You will do the same. Just go to helixsleep.com/Ben. Take their 2-minute sleep quiz. They will match you to a customized mattress that'll give you the best sleep of your life. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/Ben. And meanwhile, crime in LA continues to get worse and worse. According to TMZ, Lori Loughlin and Massimo Giannulli are now crime victims. They've learned that their house was hit by burglars who walked away with $1 million in jewelry. Apparently, the robbery went down on January 3rd. They weren't at home. The break-in and theft were discovered by a housekeeper. Law enforcement sources told TMZ the thieves smashed a bedroom window at their LA area home. They were all dressed in black. They wore masks. Cop know this from surveillance cams. Once inside, they stole Lori's jewelry box, which contained super expensive bling. Cops don't know if they were specifically targeted or if this was just a random burglary. Cops believe a South American burglary crew pulled off the heist. Apparently, they traveled to America, hit locations, and then quickly leave the country. So that's nice. Everything going really well in LA. Things going great in New York as well, by the way. Over the weekend, an Asian woman was pushed to her death at a subway station in Times Square. Authorities have a suspect in custody who turned himself in after allegedly pushing the 40-year-old New York woman off the QR platform near 42nd Street and Broadway and onto the tracks in front of an oncoming train. And by the way, that is a really, really crowded area. 42nd Street and Broadway is like right center of the city. That's smack dab center of the city, 42nd and Broadway. That's literally where Times Square is. The victim, whose identity has been withheld while officials notify her family, died at the station. Subway passengers alerted transit police after the woman fell onto the tracks around 9:39 a.m. The suspect was not apprehended at the station, later turned himself into transit police. The incident was unprovoked. The victim has no interaction with the subject prior, according to the police. Apparently, the suspect initially targeted another woman on the platform, and then he became physically violent with the 40-year-old victim. Assistant Chief Jason Wilcox said he approaches her, he gets in her space. She gets very, very alarmed. She tries to move away from him, and he gets close to her, and she feels he was about to physically push her onto the train. As she's walking away, she witnesses the crime where he pushes our other victim in front of the train. Apparently, this guy has now been charged, 61 years old. He's now been charged with murder. His criminal history includes multiple prior arrests, and he has been on parole. No, you don't mean that a man who pushes women onto train tracks has been in jail before and is on parole for no reason. He does have in the past 3 emotionally disturbed encounters with us that we have documented, said the cops. Investigators believe the man was experiencing homelessness at the time of the assault. So, New York City's strategy to leave mentally ill homeless people on the streets is paying off dividends. In recent months, there have been several instances of people being stabbed, assaulted, or shoved onto the tracks at stations in the Bronx, Brooklyn, and at Times Square. Eric Adams has been mayor for a couple of weeks. He noted that a perception of danger could drive more people to eschew the subway, complicating the city's economic recovery. He said, "We want to continue to highlight how imperative it is that people receive the right mental health services, particularly on our subway system. To lose a New Yorker in this fashion will only continue to elevate the fears of individuals not using our subway system." Yeah, you think? You think? Okay, by the way, was this an anti-Asian hate crime? Unclear. We don't know. We know there have been a lot of crime against Asian Americans in New York City, that's for sure. It remains an incredible story that New York, LA, Chicago, these places continue to think that a wonderful, wonderful idea is to let people off the hook for prior crimes. By the way, the suspect in this case is indeed black, and the black suspect pushed the Asian victim onto the train tracks. But if there's been a white person pushing an Asian person onto train tracks, you get a hate crime investigation. If it's a black person pushing an Asian woman onto train tracks and murdering her, then no hate crime investigation at all. Also, homelessness is really just a question of human freedom. That's really what it's about. It's just about human freedom. Well, Seems democratic policy, failing wherever it is tried. As always, as always. I know what you're thinking. It's time to binge some more Ben Shapiro videos. Well, you are right. You should. But first, like and subscribe. Perfect. I'll see you in the next video.